Shocking natural disasters. Natural disasters have the power to strike fear into the hearts of even the most resilient. These terrifying events can occur suddenly and without warning, leaving destruction and devastation in their wake. Join us as we explore some of the most shocking natural disasters in history. The Tohoku earthquake and tsunami occurred on March 11, 2011, off the coast of Japan. The magnitude 9.0 earthquake triggered a massive tsunami that devastated Japan's northeast coast, killing over 15,000 people and causing extensive damage to infrastructure and property. The tsunami also caused a nuclear disaster at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, resulting in radioactive contamination of the surrounding areas. The Sumatra earthquake and tsunami occurred on December 26, 2004 in the Indian Ocean off the coast of Sumatra, Indonesia. The magnitude 9.1 earthquake triggered a massive tsunami that struck coastal areas of several countries, killing over 230,000 people and causing widespread damage. Le Grave, a ski resort in the French Alps, is unique as it has no marked trails and no formal avalanche control. In March 2015, a group of friends enjoying a day of skiing noticed an avalanche forming in the distance. Within 40 seconds, the sunny day turned into a terrifying moment as the avalanche approached them. The Joplin tornado struck Joplin, Missouri on May 22, 2011, and was one of the deadliest and costliest tornadoes in U.S. history, killing 158 people and causing an estimated $2.8 billion in damages. The disaster prompted a massive response from emergency services and volunteers, with people coming from all over the country to assist in the recovery efforts. Hurricane Sandy was a massive tropical cyclone that impacted the Caribbean, the eastern United States, and Canada in October 2012. The hurricane caused widespread damage, power outages, and flooding, particularly in New Jersey and New York, where it made landfall. The storm resulted in over 230 deaths and an estimated $70 billion in damage, making it one of the costliest hurricanes in U.S. history. The Slave Lake wildfires were a series of wildfires that struck the town of Slave Lake in northern Alberta, Canada in May 2011. The wildfires were fueled by high winds and drought conditions and destroyed over 400 homes and businesses, as well as damaging critical infrastructure, including a hospital and a school. Hurricane Katrina was a powerful and devastating hurricane that struck the Gulf Coast of the United States in August 2005. The storm caused widespread damage and flooding in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, resulting in over 1,800 deaths and billions of dollars in damages. The disastrous mudslide in Valais, Switzerland in 2018 was a natural disaster that occurred on August 7, 2018 in the small village of Bondo in the Bergaglia Valley. The mudslide, also referred to as the Bondo landslide, was triggered by a massive rockfall from a nearby mountain peak. The mudslide resulted in 8 people being reported missing initially. The Christchurch earthquake occurred on February 22, 2011 in Christchurch, New Zealand. The earthquake had a magnitude of 6.3 and caused significant damage to the city's infrastructure, including buildings, roads, and bridges. The disaster resulted in 185 deaths and numerous injuries, and many people were left homeless. The Christchurch earthquake was the deadliest natural disaster in New Zealand since the 1931 Hawke's Bay earthquake. The Armero tragedy occurred on November 13, 1985 in the town of Armero, Colombia. The tragedy was caused by the eruption of the Nevada del Ruiz volcano, which triggered a massive mudflow that buried the town and surrounding areas, killing an estimated 23,000 people. Tonga is a Polynesian country located about 400 miles southeast of Fiji in the South Pacific. Back in January 2022, Tonga made international headlines when Hunga Tonga Hape, a massive submarine volcano, erupted off its north coast. While there wasn't scorching lava spewing across the islands, the violent eruption triggered a powerful tsunami that inundated all 171 islands with water. The Edmonton tornado was a powerful tornado that struck the city of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada on July 31, 1987. The tornado was rated an F4 on the Fujita scale, with winds reaching up to 420 kilometers an hour. The tornado caused significant damage to homes and businesses, resulting in 27 fatalities and hundreds of injuries. The tornado outbreak that occurred from December 23rd to 25th, 2015 was a significant weather event that impacted the southern United States. Over 50 tornadoes were reported across several states, including Texas, Mississippi, and Tennessee, causing extensive damage to homes, businesses, and critical infrastructure. The tornado outbreak resulted in 13 fatalities and numerous injuries. The Washington wildfires of 2015 were a series of wildfires that occurred in the state of Washington during the summer of 2015. The fires were caused by a combination of lightning strikes and human activity and burned over 1.1 million acres of land, destroyed over 300 homes, and caused 3 fatalities. The eruption of Mount St. Helens on May 18, 1980 was a catastrophic volcanic event that occurred in Washington state, USA. The eruption was triggered by an earthquake and resulted in 57 fatalities and extensive damage to homes and infrastructure. In Alta, Norway on June 3, 2020, a man captured raw footage of a landslide that swept houses, barns, and trees into the Alta Fjord. This wasn't the first time Norway has experienced such landslides. Thankfully, no one was hurt as the buildings were mostly vacation homes. Marshalltown, Iowa has a history of powerful storms due to its location in Tornado Alley. In July 2018, an EF3 tornado hit downtown Marshalltown. The tornado was part of a 2-day tornado outbreak that resulted in 31 confirmed tornadoes across several towns, and it caused $320 million in damages. Dickinson, a city in the United States, experienced unprecedented growth during an oil boom, making it one of the fastest-growing cities in the country. However, Dickinson seemed to be a magnet for hailstorms. One particularly memorable storm occurred in June of 2016, and it escalated into a chaotic scene with fierce winds, lightning, and flying branches. In 2018, a wildfire known as the Car Fire broke out in Shasta, California due to a flat tire on an RV. As the driver continued to drive, sparks from the wheel ignited dry brush off the side of the road, and the fire rapidly spread, ultimately burning 369 square miles of land. The Car Fire destroyed 1,600 buildings, making it the 7th most destructive fire in California's history. It took nearly 5,000 firefighters to contain the fire, and the cost of the damage was a staggering $1.6 billion. On April 25, 2015, a powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck Nepal near Kathmandu, followed by aftershocks including a 7.3 magnitude quake. Avalanches on Mount Pamori caused widespread damage to Mount Everest South Base Camp. It was the worst natural disaster in Nepal since 1934, resulting in significant loss of life. In the summer of 2022, Pakistan faced unprecedented challenges as heavy monsoons lashed the country, causing widespread flooding. The aftermath of the floods has been devastating, with nearly 1,600 lives lost and an estimated 33 million people affected, and the damages are estimated to be around $40 billion. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give this video a huge thumbs up. And with that, we'll catch up to you in the following one. Until then, stay safe.